What up? Or cucks, right? Yeah. Sure do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Decimator meta. We've got Rear Admiral Chernu with Ruthless, Darth Vader Crew, Triple Zero, Minister Tua, BT1, and the Dauntless title. Supporting old Raki is Countdown with a shield upgrade, Captain Faroff with Seventh Sister and the Reaper, and Vizier with your good old boy Palps. Also, Chris, they're saying they can't hear you. Nice. Do you want me to do the other list? Well, all right, great. And Alan, who I'm sure is a great person, wonderful. I don't know them personally. Flying the cowardly double fire spray list with Boba Fett with Fearless, which is the best upgrade in the game. Fight me, anyone. Jamming Beam, Seismic Charges, Contraband Cybernetics, Slave 1 title. That is the CIS Slave 1 title. Maul and Veteran Tail Gunner and Kashka Frost with Notorious, Jamming Beam, Lats Razi, False Transponder Codes, Marauder and Veteran Tail Gunner, and last but not least, good old Dirge with an Ion Cannon and the Heavy Laser Cannon.
Oh yeah, not a list to be messed with. Lots and lots of big guns, a lot of health. So should be a very interesting matchup. There's going to be a lot of damage, but maybe, just maybe, not a lot of things dying. As we see on the left with Sandy, you have those big, chunky Reapers with Force, keeping them alive. You've got Rack, of course, Decimator, going to be very hard to kill. And, of course, Countdown, probably one of the hardest ships to kill in a one-on-one fight, because every turn, all he's going to do is just take one damage. One damage. I know Sandy pretty well, captain of Team Payback in the NCX Draft League Season 2.
It seems like you guys are like BFF. Maybe not BFF, but like getting really close.
Yeah, I mean, after all, they did draft my father for revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Turned into a hostage situation that we ended up fixing. It resolved peacefully. And you know what? We've come to peace from that. We have.
That's nice.
I do not know Alan personally, but from what I've heard, he was an excellent...
I've heard he's good.
Yeah, I've also heard that he is a very, very good player. However, maybe not experienced in the 2.5 world. And this is a salvage mission, so gonna be very, very punishing if Alan does not play the objectives.
I do think that this, on paper, is a matchup Sandy should win because Sandy has the only ships who are really okay with picking up a crate. Neither Fire Spray wants a crate because you can't boost. The Reaper's Aileron is no longer a boost action. So they're allowed to Aileron even with it. So you still get your full value out of Vizier. You still get all the maneuverability. I believe Countdown's the same. Rack couldn't care less whether or not he picks up a crate. But both Fire Sprays want to boost, and Dirge has the reposition focus to line up those heavy laser cannon shots and dead to rights and whatnot. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see if Alan plays objectives at all.
Well, and I mean, just looking at the obstacle placement, we got that one rock at the bottom that everyone has their sights on apparently. Then you got all the rest of the rocks up at the top. So very open playing field. Uh, just looks like going straight into a joust, and we've got Dirge up top with a nice line in there to get a heavy laser cannon onto Feroff. Heavy laser cannon and dead to rights, deadly combo. Not being able to use any green tokens on defense if Dirge has you in the bullseye. Going to be
Yeah.
very good
And important to
against. Ooh, yes.
range 0, Dead to Rights, I believe, still is in play because it's not a modification. It's denying mods to your enemy. So even at range 0, Dead to Rights could play an impact here.
I thought that it wasn't like you could not modify, like you could not hinder your opponent's ability to defend in any way. Is it only modify? Is it only their dice, or can you go and attack their tokens with the range 0?
I do not believe that the rulebook says anything about preventing your opponent from modifying.
Interesting. Quite interesting. But we're gonna see. Ooh, looks like we got that aileron. No, that wasn't an aileron. That was just a move from Vizier down to the bottom. Feroff getting right in there.
I am a little surprised that Vizier isn't giving Rack the reinforce, so Rack can move forward and do pick up the crate.
Looks like we have a aileron 3 straight evade from Feroff. Koshka flying right up to meter. Does have false transponder codes.
Yeah, I don't think I love this from Feroff. I guess it really depends on if Dirge is able to maneuver in, but
well,
I mean, Feroff's ability is really good, but it is only one evade. It's not adding an evade. It's you change your one thing to an evade.
Countdown slowly creeping forward.
Yeah.
Takes focus.
Okay, so it's all in on Boba.
Quite interesting. There we go. There comes the reinforce. And here comes Dirge.
I think you got this.
Yep, focus boost. That's the linked action there with Dirge. Yep, checking out the card. This is a focus. There it goes. Alrighty, and that's going to be dead to rights on Feroff. Now, if Dirge does spend his focus token on the attack, then Feroff will get the pilot ability to get the evade either way.
Indeed, and I do think this is going to be range 2.
Yep.
I don't know why they popped the bubble.
That was for 7th Sister, so 7th Sister would be able to give it a jam or tractor, so potentially tractor Dirge.
Yeah, that would have been clutch. Or even if you couldn't, you felt like the barrel didn't fit. I feel like even just getting range 1 to lower the dice by 1 would have been nice.
Boba slowed up with
now Boba Fett. Gosh, Boba really wants to boost in here, but also really doesn't want to boost in here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because like right now, I think this is probably a worse position for Boba. Because you're just sitting.
It
out
is.
there.
You know.
You're just. You
know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking red reinforce.
I don't hate that. I honestly don't hate that because next turn, like you have to anticipate the Imperial forces are going to clog up that lane. So Boba can just, on the next turn do like a good old 1 straight, maybe a 3 straight if you want to hop over. But you'll clear your stress and you'll be right in the thick of it and you'll have all of the rerolls that you ever want. Oh, there it
is. I mean, I get it. The rerolls are super powerful. I just think not taking all the damage in the world might be preferable there.
Yep. This also does allow Boba to get it's not a great shot, but it's at least a shot on the Feroff in case he wants to put all 3 shots into Feroff this turn.
All right, so this is going to be a Darth Vader into.
Yeah, that was a Darth Vader effect, so Boba automatically took a damage. And we're going to have a range 1 as well. From Rack, 2 hits.
Only 2 hits.
Could
Not
Ruthless.
bad.
Ruthless onto who, though? Maybe Countdown, because you know Countdown's not getting attacked this turn. Or.
So Ruthless into Vizier. Yeah, so Vizier is there to apparently die. Fair enough.
Alright. 1 evade, gonna.
Boba reroll.
There you go.
There it is. The power of the Fett. Let's see that heavy laser cannon.
Yep. Heavy laser cannon. No crits, but gonna be a good. Yeah, alright. 2 hits. Looks like coming in. Yep. Turns that down. With Dead to Rights, cannot spend the evade. Ooh, and that is gonna bite Feroff, so that's gonna be shields down. Boba now, looking for targets. You've got.
I think you go into Vizier.
Yeah, you've got a wounded Vizier now, thanks to Rack.
Oh, it's Natty's. Unreal. The 1 dice says it is Vizier.
Shield hit. Well, evade, then hit.
Crit. It's a hull breach.
That is a hull breach.
That first crit he turned up accidentally was a direct hit too. I don't know which is better in that situation. You reroll both of them? No? Oh my. I can't believe Bobo's might get out of this with just shields. You stress yourself here to get that Maul charge back.
Ooh, that's. Yep, looks like. I mean, you're looking at a 3 straight potentially next turn. Hoping to hop over the big body that is Rack. Now Feroff. Ooh.
It would be a great roll, Feroff at focus.
Yep. Gonna spend force. Now.
Don't forget you have help as well. But Vizier still has a shot on Boba. I'm pretty sure you're probably saving it for that.
And also, Koshka has Notorious, which means that Feroff's going to be rolling 0 defense dice on Koshka's return shot.
And that means Feroff's ability isn't really going to pay any effect. Because it's... You change the result into an evade instead of adding a evade.
Yep.
So, I mean, that token's now useless. This is a big banger. But it's so hard to, like, say, no, I don't want to range 1 shot into a fire spray.
Yeah. Oh
God, Natty's again.
4 damage into Feroff.
Wow. Last but not least, Vizier. Help. So you're going to get out of this with at least Boba's shields down.
Ooh, and Boba doing
that is
what he
all
does.
It is. Yeah, that's what makes Boba so frustrating.
Yep. And that's what makes him very difficult to go after early. Because it, like, at times, it just feels like you're shooting, and you're getting no progress.
Yeah.
Because you now have half down on Vizier, and Feroff's down to 2. And you've done not even half to 1 ship.
I mean, you got the shields down on Boba. That is not nothing.
That's correct.
But it's not everything you'd want. Also, how much do you wish Boba had proton bombs instead of seismics right now?
Oh man. Ooh, I think we missed a 000 trigger on Rack since Boba got
Yeah,
into range one. I'm assuming Boba
true.
would have given the calculate, so it wouldn't have mattered. But that might
Yeah.
be a clue of things to come. Because now, I mean, Boba can just, depending on road, just scoot by Rack here and not worry about it. Also, Vizier has nowhere to go.
I think you have to dial in the too hard left for Vizier and take the bump. 'Cause that'll bump Boba.
Yeah, but that is red, and that's not what you want.
I mean, you could try the two bank. As long as Vizier doesn't fit in, you're probably still okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just anything that bumps Boba and leaves Vizier kind of in the area Vizier's in right now is pretty much your only option without clouding up everything else. But the real thing is like, where does Countdown go? Where does Rack's moving forward and probably just trying to use the back arc? But
Yep, and
I don't know.
this is a very big turn for Rack as well, um, and for initiative really in general. But it's very interesting because we've got two I-5s kind of staring at each other, and they both want to get those range one shots into each other, but they need to make sure that they don't bump into each other, or else it's going to be really, really weird for each other. And it looks
Yeah, I
like
think if I'm Rack, I'm three banking left because I want to give myself room to clear that rock next turn. But everything depends on this road roll, right? Like,
yep.
all right, I am a medium volume boy.
Well, are you sure? Are you sure?
I, yeah,
Are you
I
really
constantly,
sure?
when I did stand up, they constantly were like, hey, you're a pretty soft talker, so we're going to have to bump up the mic volume. I was like, great, I don't yell. Pretty
Nah.
sure y'all are wrong. I'm right.
You know what, Greg? Greg is always right. Greg was
Greg is
right.
always right.
That's the redeem. Greg was right.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Scott said it, not
there we go.
me.
The two bank to the left. Yep, that will bump Boba on the far side, leaving Vizier not stressed and not rolling for damage. Faroff gonna scoot on by and see ya. And is gonna go touch a crate.
I don't hate it for being real with each other.
I mean, Faroff is just down to two. Um, now there's
Down or
no.
two, but it's going to be, I mean, range three, perhaps.
Oh, Koshka's going in. I think Faroff might have gotten away with that. I mean, I'm assuming Dirge is going to go chase. But stress
I think
Dirge.
Faroff got away with it because I think the target right now is Vizier. Like, killing Faroff would be great, but getting Palp off the board?
Yep. Ooh, and it looks like we're gonna have Countdown grab a crate as well, out from underneath Boba Fett.
I like this by Sandy. They know who the targets are going to be, and right now are taking advantage by taking the time to get the points.
Yep. Rack gonna bump into Boba. Has the Dauntless title, so doesn't have to take a red focus. Could take any other white action on its action bar for a red action. So we might see a red reinforce to the rear, potentially. Assuming that Boba is hopping over.
Yeah, I think if I'm Rack, I'm reinforcing rear. I think you're right on Dauntless.
Yep.
Again, you're running into this thing where you've put a medium base and a large base in a very small space.
Yep. And there we go, the reinforced to the rear.
Boba K Fett the Third.
Indeed, hopping over. Looks like we got a focus. Smart move by Boba, protecting himself from the Vader crew damage. And Dirge on his way in. With a focus.
And the barrel roll.
Yep. Get that.
All right. Do you go all in Vizier here? Or do you go all in rack with 2 range 1 shots and a heavy laser cannon?
I think you have to take Vizier off the board first.
Okay, so I think we're getting.
This is a. Ooh. Boba
Takes
elects.
the damage.
That is very, very interesting.
Oh, no, honey, baby.
I mean, I don't hate it, though. Like, if you're assuming that
I
you're
do
going
hate
all
it.
in,
I hate it.
I personally would have spent the focus here. But it's not a poor choice. And we're going to get the rack ability, changing the eyeball to the crit, and we are going to ruthless that as well for what looks like a disabled power regulator on Vizier. So knowing that Vizier is going down, you elect to go all in on the damage on Boba.
Ben's the Maul Force is going to take hit crit, and this is why I don't think it was a great idea. You still have your offensive mods, and now you're down to 3 on Boba.
That's a stunned pilot. Yeah, but from here, who's going to go kill Boba? Like, Boba, I think, is free at this point. He's free to run.
Some would say he's born to run.
Born to run down rocky cliffs. Am I going to get copyrighted if I sing too much?
I think so.
Scary.
This has got to be into Vizier, right?
Yeah, I just take the range 1 shot.
Yeah, I'm seeing 1 die there, so that means Vizier. You get your rerolls.
Yeah.
That's a dead Vizier.
That is all the damage into Vizier.
It's all face up, too, so I'm hoping for some good quick chains. There's a direct. Oh, that's face up, too, bro. So we know for a fact at this point that 2 of the direct hits have been milled on Vizier.
Mm-hmm.
So only 3 remain. That could be big when it comes to burning down Homie here.
Yeah. Ooh, looks like we have the HLC at range 3. Yep.
These HLC shots have yielded a little bit below average.
Mm-hmm. However, Dead to Right's doing work, going to stop that reinforce from preventing a damage.
Does it? Does it stop the reinforce from preventing a damage? Cannot be modified using green tokens, so yeah.
They should.
Maybe. I don't think his dice is being modified, though.
Adding a result is modified.
Is that what Reinforce does officially? Like, it just adds an evade result, but only if down to 1?
Yes, it adds an evade result. To a it basically adds 1 if there are 2 or more hits. And adding a result is, in fact, a form of dice modification. That's going to be 1 shield off rack from the HLC. This is a range 1 from Koshka.
Rolling just the hottest fire.
Gonna take out the rest of the shields.
Well, good news for Sandy is 2 points.
2 points, indeed. Now, that seems like a lot of work into a Boba Fett, who can now just run away. Rack's not going to be able to chase him down in time. Countdown,
I don't
maybe.
think Boba is running away per se. I think Boba's going a little fair off hunting.
Oh, yeah, no. I think we'll see like a 3 or 4 straight here out of Boba, and then he'll come around through the rocks, kind of where, if Farroff turns to the left, then Boba will meet Farroff in those rocks.
Yeah.
But we are going to get 2 crate points here for Sandy.
Now let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
You drop a seismic here, right?
Assuming that Koshka's not in the way, yeah.
Well, I mean, you get to choose, right? You get to say, hey,
Yeah.
Koshka, don't be in the way.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on where Koshka wants to go. Like, if Koshka is doing like a 2 hard to the right, or like a 3 bank.
I think you 2 hard Koshka right. Use that back arc. Get the distance. Don't get Vadered.
Yep.
And then that lets you bank Dirge left and start to get frisky.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that we know the reinforce gets nullified by dead to rights. This should be a Dirge field day.
Oh, yeah. Dirge with that large base. It's just going to just boost and barrel roll, line up those shots. Which is really good for the Hare, Alan Fung. Alan the Hare Fung, apparently, is how he's going by. But this is going to be very...
I think that's just a Brendo thing. I don't think anyone else...
No, like,
Matt carries the Hare. Everyone knows that Matt carries the Hare.
Is he, though? Is he?
I think, yeah.
I thought he was the Iron Man. The Iron Man Matt Care.
No, that was beforehand.
That was before?
That was before I saw him. And then after I saw him, I named him the Hare.
So
I think Alan Fung is like a Canadian knockoff of the Hare, you know?
Or maybe they were just 2 names born identical at the same time. Twins? Across
Separated
nations?
by birth, coming together via X-Wing. Oh, that's a good story.
That'd make a good movie.
Yeah. Does anyone know any movie studios?
Mm-hmm. Any writers? Any producers? We could get some people on this. Oh, man. And now, Sandy, understanding.
I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. Why am I catching strays?
No, I think Sandy's just letting it out at whatever is nearby. Looks like we are going to see a seismic charge dropped here.
Hell yeah. Love a good bomb.
Bomb.
Bombs away! Boom!
And Farroff want nothing to do with anyone else on this board.
Yeah, please leave me alone.
Ooh, Koshka with the 3 Talon.
I think you're probably thinking that you're not going to be in range for Vader, so this is just a setup for next turn.
Yep, makes sense. And you're barely damaged with Koshka, so even if you take a stray range 3 shot, you're probably alright.
Yeah.
Countdown. Moving. Knowing that the ailerons is a boost, not a boost action, allowing you to do that with the crate. So Countdown and Farroff can both keep scooting about. We've got the one bank from Rack. He's going to be taking the seismic charge damage, but
I think you burn Koshka's false transponders here.
there is that. There is also, yeah, I think you have to get the FTC out of the way right now, just because that later on could be devastating for Rack. If Rack doesn't have anything out there and you really need to reinforce,
Right.
Koshka can just lock you.
You're not getting. You're not going to get any value from the reinforce here. I don't think.
I mean, there is a dirge coming in. And that's just okay.
What?
Assuming that the dirge doesn't line up, dead to rights.
I think that's a really not great assumption to have here. I think they're just going to get dead to rights here.
You know what? That's fair. Boba scooting away.
I could have also done with maybe a rotate there.
Yeah, but I mean, from here you do get that pot shot at Koshka, so that does at least threaten her a little bit. Maybe get some, chip some of those shields off in the meantime before she can come around and punish you with Notorious. Up, and here comes Dirge.
Yeah, just focus barrel roll.
Absolutely.
Call it a day. Got to remember that debris is not going to be there. So this is just going to be the easiest focus barrel roll.
Yep. Also, you don't want to be at range one of that, or else you'll take a damage. So it's probably a bit easier to maybe roll back. I think you get out if you roll backwards.
Yeah, the heavy laser cannon is 2 to 3. You're well within range. I think the barrel roll right is the right back is the obvious play, and it also lets you get out of the way of Koshka for next turn. This to me is a complete win of a move.
Yep, looks like we'll get the roll. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I think that roll is. Oh, it does catch.
Still gonna do a damage to Dirge. So Rack now into, and see, this is why another reason to not have taken the reinforce is because now you're damaged. You could have Minister 2'd the reinforce now. Because now you're damaged going into the engagement phase.
Didn't even think about that. Dirge took the second shield from the Vader trigger.
Keeping that focus. Man, Alan just is not worried about this Vader at all. Simply not an issue.
It's a bold way to play. It would be all I'm thinking about. But also, I thought that was going to be range 3, so.
Yep. Could shoot into Koshka. Could go into Dirge. Oh, that is a good shot, whoever it's going into.
Well, if it's 2 dice, it's Dirge. 3, it's Koshka.
Yeah.
2, it's Dirge.
Dirge
is going to take crit.
Blinded
pilot, huge.
Woo! And a loose stabilizer. Ooh, that is
also pretty huge.
Yeah.
Maybe not this turn coming up, but turn after.
Yep. Big damage into Dirge. Also, Dirge kind of rolled like, you want to get the heavy laser cannon off, but that roll gave Rack a shot onto you.
Yep.
And now you went from a pretty full health Dirge to a below half Dirge.
Oh, the one time you roll all pain on it, you can't do anything.
And you didn't spend the focus on Vader. That is the saddest focus token. Whenever there's an instance where it's like, like your focus token goes unspent, even though there was an option for you to. Now there was twice. Oh man, two events where that focus token could have been spent, and by some reason, one way or another, it was not. That is the saddest focus token I have ever seen. Oh, still gets a damage on the rack, brings him down to 10. And I don't think that there are going to be any other shots. It's going to be 2 more points for Sandy. And there we go. We are all tied up at 4 after turn 4. Get the force back there. And now Dirge in a little bit of trouble now with the loose stabilizer forcing him to go forward. Well, not really forcing him, but threatening him to go forward or take a damage. Rack now can just simply put a turret on him, and with Minister Tua get that reinforce for free. So potentially double modded shot here going into Dirge, and a Dirge trapped against the side of the board. Meanwhile, Faroff and Countdown continue to cruise around with the crates, while Boba looks to get back into the fight. Alright, alright. Dials are set, road is rolled, and it's going to go over to Allen for this turn. Rack going to have the advantage of seeing where Dirge is, and then going to be able to figure out how to shoot him dead. Koshka, 3 straight, zooming into the middle. Presumably going after Faroff, is going to pick up a crate, trying to stop the bleeding of the 2 crate carriers for Sandy's side. So now you're only at a deficit of 1 objective point per turn. Faroff choosing to go towards the rocks. Gonna take an evade. Hoping to face down Boba Fett in the rocks. Faroff down to 2 after a mighty, mighty first engagement. Countdown aileron too hard. Looking towards the center of the board.
I think I stay there from Fett and use the 1 bank next turn. Back arcs are good arcs.
They are. It's not a good shot right now, but maybe take a focus. Try to prevent the free Faroff evade. Ooh, Boba's going to claim as well.
That is legitimately shocking to me.
Well, if you can get some serious damage onto Faroff here in the next couple turns, that'll be huge.
No, I get it. I get why. I just.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So That's gonna be a damage.
That is a loose stabilizer damage.
The good news is we can fix both of your crits.
There you go. Why worry about crits when you can just take direct hits instead? They fix themselves. You don't have any face-up guards.
Yeah, so loose stabilizer repairs. And then you can spend an action to repair blinded pilot, although you might want to focus so you can
Not
stave off Vader.
Yeah, not die from Vader sounds like a really, really good plan. So that's it for Dirge. Looking to Rack now.
Gotta be a rotate.
Too hard. Yep, expecting the rotate here.
Reinforce wouldn't do anything for you.
Well, what it does give you is the Rack pilot ability. So you get the... well, I mean, you have...
Yeah, but you're...
so electing
So
not to Tua...
Vader on Dirge.
Yeah. Vader and Dirge, remove the focus.
Well, Vader and Tua happen at the same time, right?
That's correct. They are Vader, Tua, and 000 all happen at the start of the engagement phase. So,
Yeah, so this is...
we have gone through...
We're still kind of start of engagement.
Yeah. So, range 1 bubble was checked. So, 000 was at least triggered and remembered. Dirge taking...
He takes a damage.
Another damage.
Wow. I don't get it.
There is...
And here's the Tua.
Alan has so much faith in that focus token to put out some offense.
But he can't. He has blinded pilot still.
That's true. Did not fix blinded. Okay, so we will see the heavy laser cannon.
You gotta hope for natties.
Oh.
Congratulations. You got one.
Rack chipped down to 9.
Boba Fett, range 3, double obstructed, which is not a thing. I just like to say it.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be 3 dice for Faroff. Going to have a free evade from the pilot ability, and has an evade token. So
yeah, guaranteed 2 evades here. So don't even spend your horse.
There is
no point.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Faroff rolls all the evades in the world. All right. We've got a range 2 shot into Dirge to
gotta go into Dirge, because Dirge can't even use Dirge's ability right now, because that would just kill Dirge.
That's correct. Dirge being at 1 cannot Dirge ability. And that is...
That is not a kill.
That is 2 crits.
Guaranteed.
So you need...
Needs all paint. That is the opposite of what all paint is.
That is. And that is a dead Dirge and 4 points to Sandy.
So are we saying that Sandy's back in it?
I think Sandy's back in it, but I also think Alan can be right back in it if Faroff dies next turn. Because now they're both scoring 2 points. And we're going to see a decent shot. 2 hits going into Boba, who should be rolling 4 defense dice.
Boba should probably get the evades here, and does, but, I mean, worth the shot, at least.
Yep. And now, Rack and Countdown can begin assaulting Koshka.
What's the fastest blue Rack has?
I think it's the 2 straight. Because you've got the 1 and the 2 straight. And...
So I'm thinking boost right for countdown, 3 bank left, and then the fastest blue straight rack has rotate, and you take that to a.
Yep. Um. Yeah. I like the 2 straight. I'm honestly kind of a fan of the 1 hard. Sort of the 1 aileron to the right here with countdown, and then like a 2 hard or a 1 hard back the other way. Keep that arc wide for Koshka.
Oh, see, I think Koshka's for sure going into Faroff.
I mean, do you trust Boba to kill Faroff?
In 1 shot, 2 damage. I don't trust Boba to kill Faroff right now, only because I don't think Boba can go straight and do it.
Well,
If Boba was able to get the front arc and close the range, then I would, but a 1 hard away, I don't think Boba can get range 1 and get rerolls. That said, it does look to me like there is a little bit of the base of Faroff that would overlap the asteroid on a 1 forward. So I would not recommend doing anything less than maybe a 2 or a 3 here.
now do you aileron to the right with Faroff and then try to do like a 3
Then
bank?
bank.
Honestly, I feel like the best move for Faroff is a block, right? Just prevent Boba from getting all those rerolls.
Thing is, it doesn't. I think you can. I think Boba has to 1 hard here
Yes.
to the left.
So
So I think if you can still range control that, Boba's not getting rerolls anyway.
it's like we got.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
Yep. And yeah, if Faroff dies this turn, that would be 4 points for Alan, evening the score. But now both the fire sprays have crates. However, that being
Right.
said, Rack, very good ship to remove crates with his pilot ability and BT1, both generating crits on the dice. That's going to go to.
Indeed. Fire sprays shouldn't be stressed too often for BT1 to really come into play. So that's where I thought Koshka was going to go, but I'm not sure I love it as far as options for next turn go.
Yeah. Does make use of the VTG.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a stop.
I did not remember that that was allowed.
Countdown. Zooming around. Simply.
Not sure I love that.
I think they were expecting Koshka to come in on them. But yeah, there we see Boba going out and about.
Remember, Boba can't boost. Neither of these fire sprays can boost anymore.
Yep. We're going to see a lock. And that is going to reach out and touch Faroff.
I think I'd have liked to see the focus to deny Faroff.
I get that, but if you're going all in on the shot here, and you just say, all right, if I can put up 3 hits, I'm going to do damage. I do get that. It's just a matter of how confident you are with Koshka to also get the kill. And there we go. 2 straight with Rack. Going to keep Arc on target.
I think you target lock, and then I would to a.
Well, doesn't want to stress Rack here. You could have locked to break the codes, and then stress the reinforce. Ooh, and we're going to see
Yeah, I think
Vader.
that would have been preferable. I think you gotta eventually get this codes off.
Another
Koshka taking it.
A-
I don't. Can you explain this to me, Crispy? This is not like an insignificant amount of damage Koshka or just Alan has taken in general. Beautiful swing there. That's going to be a crate.
That will.
You have to spend that
Yeah.
to get that crate off.
That is guaranteed to get the crate. And now you need at least one paint. Oh no, because you had force and fair off ability, and that is a dead fair off. And that's exactly what I said.
Unfortunate.
Alan absolutely back in this. Because, yeah, needed. Fair off needed anything but the double blank. Did not get help. We do have Rack here with a shot into Koshka. Has the Rack ability up. Could pop the crate here if the crit goes through. And that's going to be 2 crits coming in.
Oof. And that crate pops. I think you drop this far enough back where you can too hard pick up the crate and then reinforce. Gain your advantage back.
Yeah, but what are the odds that Rack takes crits, right? Like that's pretty fairly high.
It is high, but you get the free reinforce with Tua anyway. And you're going to use Vader to do...
Ooh, we are going to get
the
Notorious there.
The Notorious... You're probably thinking, oh no, my 0 agility shit. But you do get the reroll plus Marauder, so that means 2 rerolls here. Basically a target lock.
Yep. And it denies the range 3 bonus because that corner just clips range 3.
Indeed.
9 health left on Rack. Seems like the smart target to go into. Because even if you try to knock the crate off Countdown, Countdown can just simply declare, that's a hit. Spends focus. 3 hits, reinforce, gonna take 2 damage cards, bringing Rack down to 7. It will be 1 point each for Boba and Countdown carrying crates.
And I think Alan's biggest problem right now is Countdown hasn't done shit. Countdown's done nothing.
I mean...
He's barely even shot today.
I mean, Countdown did, what, like 2 damage into Boba on the initial engage, and then, hasn't... I mean, he's held a crate.
Hasn't even taken a shot since.
He's held a crate, but... For 4 points, generally, like when you have a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, that's your objective monkey. But for 4 points and a 3-die gun that can be in the fight, take damage, and then simply shrug it off and call it 1, I think that is a little bit of a, I think a missed opportunity for Sandy. But now, I mean, this is a great chasing position, right? Koshka doesn't have bombs. Can boost now, but is running right into those rocks. So I think we see Countdown swoop in here with an aileron, maybe the bank in followed by a 2-bank. Get right in there, Countdown. Start shooting. Or do you send Countdown after Boba Fett up in that top corner who has 3 health left? And if Boba Fett dies, that's the game. And if Rack dies, that's pretty much the game. So I think we've got the win conditions for both players here at this point. They have done enough work either destroying enemy ships or touching crates to the point that they know what they need to do. Sandy knows that they need to kill Boba or hang on for a little bit longer and burn down Koshka. Alan?
I think you've got to go for Boba Fett. I think you're in a perfect position right now to really range control for 2 or 3 turns.
Yep. And like you said, the too
And
hard
again, Boba can't boost. Can't boost.
cannot boost. The too hard to the left sets you up real nice because now Boba Fett's in that corner. Rack just sits up underneath the rocks and just kind of sits around lurking.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And I've never actually seen this happen in a game yet.
Okay.
I'm sure you have. But would you drop the crate on Boba and be like, my win condition is kill Rack, and I need Boba's ability to do that?
I have seen people do that. I don't think at this point. I think you wait another turn at least because I don't think you're taking. I think Boba's far enough away right now where he doesn't necessarily need the reposition as much.
I hate this.
Countdown's
I'm
just
sure
staying
Sandy
so
has
passive.
a plan. Yeah, I just you can't rely on Rack to do everything here. You have another gun. I'm begging you to use it. I am also begging you to please burn the transponder if you're not going to pick up crate. But I don't think crates even matter right now, to be real honest.
I mean, you have the one crate with countdown. You are keeping even. You don't need to get more ahead because like this is turn 7. You could.
When does time become a factor here?
Yeah,
though?
there's 19 minutes left on the clock. You could go
That's
for
4 turns, probably 4 or 5 turns. With less ships, turns become a little bit faster.
and
Gonna touch crate. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
So at this, I think that's a pretty solid declaration of, first off, you need to not get crit here by Koshka. That's a huge thing because if you get crit, waste of an action. However, if once you do get those 2, you get that point up, Koshka is not in a great position to go pick up another crate. Once you get up 1 point, I think all you got to do is great. Just sit around.
Vader, please spend the token. You get Marauder reroll.
No, does not, and that is another damage into Koshka. So just for those of you joining us now, Alan has elected to take Darth Vader damage every single time.
Every time.
Every time has taken the damage. I don't know if that is a misinterpretation of the card. I just think it's a very strange way because there have been many things. That's going to be 1 damage into Koshka, down to 5.
All right, this is a big shot.
Needs a crit to pop the crate.
All right, now remember the Marauder title. You get a reroll. Okay, Notorious will give you a second reroll. You have your choice of reroll.
Yes.
There it is.
Gets the crate. So it's going to take hit and crit. Crit is a direct.
It's a direct.
We have Rack down to 4.
Boba down to 3.
And
And again, this is what is Countdown doing?
Countdown just has not done a thing this game.
I think that is my biggest frustration right now in this game has been we've needed Countdown's guns and we have not gotten them. Hainglat's Razi.
Yeah. So I think now Alan is remembering because Lots lets you spend enemy stress tokens to get evades.
Add evades.
So whenever
I mean, that would have been very helpful for the last several turns. All All right, Countdown. Now's your chance to become a hero. I still think the target should be Boba Fett. Boba Fett's worth 8,
Uh,
9,
9.
50.
And
So it's a win.
Rack is worth 8. So if you can trade out for Boba right here, right now, you win the game.
What a play that would be, huh?
Right here, right now, kill Boba Fett. But you know what? I bet you it's not going to take one shot. You know what it's going to need? A second shot.
I'm not sure I can accommodate you. Countdown's going left.
Alright. Countdown, aileron to the left. And,
Aileron right.
No. Countdown's going to aileron to the left and then one sloop to the left.
Yeah, clearly. I think Rack's probably gonna have to. Like, I would slow roll. I would 1 forward.
You know. And we have the false transponder codes. Koshka can just lock and just take away, well, not really take away the reinforce, because you have your main action,
Right.
which you can just focus or something. And then, you can then minister to the red reinforce.
Right.
But yeah, I think Koshka you're not going to be able to kill, just because of Lat's Razzie. Now that I think Alan is understanding, because when Alan understands, at the start of the engagement after Rack finished, Rack was not stressed, and then suddenly Rack is stressed, and the ability can now be used. So that could have saved a couple damage on Koshka here and then. But still, 5?
How much damage has he taken from Vader? It's going to be interesting. Someone should watch this VOD and see how much damage he is just elected to take from Vader. And I think that if it's a big if Alan does end up losing the game, I think that might be the series of choices that did it.
Okay, we're going to see Road here. Looks like
Everyone wants to lose this one.
Who wants it?
Now the boost is available.
Gotta take a focus. Countdown. Where is he going? He is in fact joining the fight. Countdown will be performing an attack.
I'm just gonna clap alone.
And we are. Ooh.
I mean, this is the attack you want, right?
Yeah. Not dropping the crate here, because now. Ooh, the 1 bank away. Oh, you're not gonna have the. Reinforce is not gonna help you here, at least on defense.
Oh no, why are you doing that? That's a waste, bud.
Takes the damage on the Koshka. Koshka down to 4.
Gosh. More like Goshka, am I right, everybody?
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
Oh, has the range 3 to Rack.
You gotta go all in on Rack here. It's a win. It's a win if you get Rack. Who cares about Countdown? You're never gonna get Countdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way you shoot Countdown here.
Question, does Slave 1 trigger here?
I think you have to declare the attack before checking for that. But I guess Sandy pulled it up.
I do believe it does. It doesn't say you have to fully be in.
Yeah.
It just says in.
Yeah, if you're in it.
Wounded. Oof.
So
that is tough.
down to 2, correct? Because the reinforce. Yeah, because the reinforce, Boba Fett was also partially in the front as well. At least
Yep.
I think they didn't. They did not check the. They did not check the front. Oh, wreck! Oh my gosh!
Oh my! It hit the other die and got nothing. That's a kill.
Downtown Rack calls game.
Natties into saddies.
Rack called game on a range 3 banger. Yeah, throwing 2 dice, well, 2 hits from Countdown into Koshka. At this point, does not
And officially, Countdown is the single most worthless ship in this game.
Hey, Countdown did 2 damage to Koshka. Look at that.
2 damage, that means nothing.
2 insignificant damage.
But right, well, get the kill on Rack here.
But my points. Will Koshka get the kill on Rack?
Get the kill on Rack for the points. Yeah.
Yep.
Range 2, 3 dice. Two results needed. Got them all.
That is
dead Rack.
A dead Rack.
I think your final score here is going to be 20-20.
Yes, and we have the Crooked Youth theme that Sandy decided to make for us. I played it earlier, kind of as an intro.
Oh, let's hear it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, just a cute little beat.
Damn kids.
Damn kids. Oh my goodness. But excellent game. Thank you to Sandy and Alan for playing. That was the first game in the series. The last 2 games will be played simultaneously Friday night.
Ooh.
So going into that last game, we're not going to know what happens. The Crooked Youth now have a 1-0 lead over the casual, uninhibited X-Wing enjoyers. But that has been our game. Thank you all for joining us on this sweet, sweet Wednesday night. And thank you, Greg, for co-commentating with me.
Yeah, no problem. It was a good game to watch. Maybe a little bit frustrating with all the 000s missed. If I'm going to catch strays, I'm leaning into it. But other than that, just having a good time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all. Peace out.
Peace.